about this and that, I'm crazy, don't you know? But you have always had the time. Now you had a quick start to the evening. We're practically racing out the door. But Friday's come back around, so let's go to the show. I hear the dogs are back for more. Say we could both use some time out. I've never been more within the standing line. We don't need a map for where we're going. Let's get down for the drive. I can't wait to get my news from Huey on the road. I can't wait for tonight. I can't wait for tonight. From 8 till 4. This day has been coming for a long, long time now. Hear me out, I'm asking nothing more. I remember that night there in Pointless Fall. All those blues harps and the guitars we saw. Sure, they were fun with their jams and all, but the music was way too long. The music was just too long. Jamming was oh so long. The music was way too long. Now, you had a quick start to the evening. You got that smile all upside down. But Friday's come back around, so let's go to the show. I hear the dogs are back in town. I say we could both use some time out. I've never been more within the standing line. We don't need a map for where we're going. Let's get down for the drive. Can't wait to get my news from Huey on the road. I can't wait for tonight. I can't wait for tonight. We don't need a map for where we're going. Let's get down for the drive. For tonight, let's get down for the drive. Can't wait to get my news from Huey on the road. These time and Joe on the ride. These time and Joe on the ride. Now buckle up, it's the road. like to fight and see you all the time. Well, there you go again, here we go again. There you go again, here we go again. There you go again, here we go again. There she rolls again, here we go again. Cause it's you, my Nicolette, dreaming with your cigarette, smiling because everybody knows. Cause it's you came racing in, mine was Newton's cradling, drop the ball and watch the way it rolls. Cause it's you, my sweet regret, I can see your silhouette, dancing slow and perfectly in time. Cause it's you came racing in, mine was Newton's cradling, Nicolette, I wish you'd be more kind. In the town of Chuck, you meet someone you'd like to get to know better. Now you're finally stuck in between another funny dream, you know. Cause now we've got it rolling, now we're on the clock, now we've got it closer to the heap over the top. Bound to keep it moving, gotta get your fix. Now we've got it rolling, have we gotta get it stopped? Well, there you go again, here we go again. There you go again, here we go again. There you go again, here we go again. There she rose again, here we go again. Cause it's you, my Nicolette, dreaming with your cigarette, smiling because everybody knows. Cause it's you came racing in, mine was Newton's cradling, drop the ball and watch the way it rolls. Cause it's you, my sweet regret, I can see your silhouette, dancing slow and perfectly in time. Cause it's you came racing in, mine was Newton's cradling, Nicolette, I wish you'd been more kind. right medication, we won't be lazy. Old folks boogie down on the farm. Wheelchairs, they was locked arm in arm. Paired off pacemakers with matching alarms. Give us just one more chance to spin one more yarn. And you know that you're over the hill when your mind makes a promise that your body can't feel. Sing the old folks boogie, boogie they will. 'Cause to us the thought's as good as the thrill. Back at the home, no time is your own. Facilities there, well, they're all out on loan. Banks foreclosed and your bankruptcy shows, and your credit creeps down to an all-time low. 'Cause you know that you're over the hill when your mind makes a promise that your body can feel. Sure. Atrophied muscle when the nerves in your thighs, they just quivers and fizzle. So you know that you're over the hill. Mind makes a promise that your body can feel. No, sure. just like I told you, just like I said. You know, I think you better be careful not to worry your pretty head. I know you worry about the world going by. You worry about the birds in the sky and the stars, but don't you worry about the weather tonight. Don't you worry about the size and the shape of your car, 'cause it's all alright. Let me tell you about the old man from Soho, worrying and working all day. Another dollar in his pocket, he's worried just that he could save. You know, he's worried about the money he's got. He's worried about the end of the month and his payment. Now he's worried about a whole lot of stuff. He doesn't realize it's all gonna be okay. 'Cause you really think you better not worry about the little things, 'cause the little things, they're all so small. You better not worry about the little things, 'cause the little things, they always seem to work themselves out. No, I really think I tried hard to tell you, but you will never listen to me. I think you really might be confused or something, 'cause this is really not the way it should be. You know, you told me about the dollar you found on the ground. Told me about the way that you thought that you feel. Pay no attention to the background sound, 'cause these small tribulations are all that make us human in the end. 'Cause you really think you better not worry about the little things, 'cause the little things, they're all so small. You better not worry about the little things, 'cause the little things, they always seem to work themselves out. But you smoke it 'cause you think you look cool. You know I'm really not trying to burn you, but here I am acting a fool. Mama told me about the ashes you found on the ground. Told me about the stuff that you put early June. Country line, gonna be out of town. No one got nothing else left to prove. 'Cause you really think you better not worry about little things, 'cause little things, they're all so small. You better not worry about little things, 'cause little things, they're all so small. You better not worry about little things, 'cause little things, they're all so small. You better not worry about the little things, 'cause they're little things. daughter. She's brown as a bank where she kneels down to gather her water. She bails it away with the love that the river's taught her. Let it grow, crazy fall, wild and clear. Round and round, the cut of the plow, the furrow field. Seasons round, the bushels of corn and the barley meal. Open ground, opening, beckoning to the spring. Black dirt living in. The plowman is broad of the back of the lane. He is sowing as he dances the circular track of the plow, ever knowing. And the work of his days measures more than the planting and growing. Let it grow, let it grow, greatly yield. What shall we say, what shall we call it by name? Let's work out the angels dancing on the lake. Water riding from the sky from which you came. His name is on me that takes it in. But will its people stand its out the rain? really should see a dentist to fix this mouthful of lies of mine. They say it's time, they say it's worth it. People say I ought to get down to Memphis to get this sweet tooth of mine aligned. They say it's time, they say to pull it. They say, liar, liar, can you admit you were wrong? Liar, liar, can you admit you were wrong all along? I've been all around, and finding a new dentist is like pulling teeth or mowing the lawn, or singing the same old stupid song. I've been all around, finding a new dentist is like paying bills, walking the dog, working the same old stupid job. I need a newfound craftsmanship that floss my frown with a guitar pick and make them shine and make me smile for a while. Say you've gotta go to California, and I said why? People said you really gotta go to California, and I said fine, maybe I will, maybe I will, maybe I will, maybe I will. Liar, liar, can they admit they were wrong? I didn't stay long. Liar, liar, can you admit you were wrong all along? Finding a new dentist is like pulling teeth or mowing the lawn, singing the same old stupid song. I've been all around. Finding a new dentist is like paying bills, walking the dog, or working the same old stupid job. I need a newfound craftsmanship, or force my frown with a guitar pick and make them shine, make me smile for a while. Myself in Carolina, in old Chalktown, when I saw the light. He shook my hand, said my name is Dr. Andy Greenberg, and I said hi. And heroes, they don't wear capes like John or a mask, but they can be your number one supply of life and gas. Well, Andy Greenberg, he did it for me. He saved my teeth. Andy Greenberg, he did it for me. He saved my teeth, 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 he saved our teeth, he saved our teeth, he saved my cheeks, he saved our teeth, he saved our teeth, he saved our teeth, he saved our teeth, he saved our teeth. What it seems, any boy can tell you that. You're not a thing, not a stone, no ring, nobody likes a rat. Rainbow eyes and a head full of lies, it's all come to this. I can sit in my chair and pull out my hair, but I'd rather pull on this. Live and let live, no, I give and I'll give, because I can't take back what I've already done. Don't think it, 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 don't think it. Stuck in a spiral, I'll spin till I fall. It sure doesn't blow, cause I know what I know through the grapes on the vine and the stack. Long red hair, the care in the ear, now it'll all come to pass. I can lie in my bed and die till I'm dead, but I'd rather not do that. No hell. Live and let live, no, I'll give and I'll give, cause I can't take back what I've already done. Don't think it, don't think it, think it, don't think it, don't think it, don't think it. Stuck in a spiral, I'll spin down the wall. Stuck in a spiral, I'll spin down the wall. fright. And when I finally spoke, all that I could muster was 6 little lies. 6 little lies. I've been ready for this rodeo to ride. In stereo, my radio comes alive. Happens all the time, even when we're home. I think it's even worse when I'm all alone. I think I may have lost my mind. I thought the shutter speed and moonbeams coincide. I tore the phone off of the hook but did not reply. I did this on time, and when I finally spoke, I saw the light. I lived in Texas when the cowboys were in style. The moon eclipsed, I stopped and stared just for a while. But still I didn't smile. And when I finally spoke, all that I could muster was 6 little lies. 6 little lies. I've been ready for this rodeo to ride. In stereo, my radio spotlight's hitting something that's been known to change the weather. Kill the fatted calf tonight, so stick around. You're gonna hear electric music, solid walls of sound. Say, Candy and Ronnie, have you seen them yet? Whoa, but they're so spaced out. Bennie and the Jets. Whoa, they're so weird and they're wonderful. Oh, Bennie, she's a really keen. She's got electric boots, a mohair suit. You know I read it in a magazine. Whoa, whoa. Bennie and the Jets. Maybe they're blinded, but Bennie makes them ageless. We shall survive, let us take ourselves along. Well, we fight our parents out on the streets to find who's right and who's wrong. Say, Candy or Ronnie, have you seen them yet? Whoa, but they're so spaced out. Bennie and the Jets. Whoa, they're so weird and they're wonderful. Oh, Bennie, she's not really keen. She's got electric boots, a mohair suit. You know I read it in a magazine. Bennie and the Jets.
Charleston, it's been real. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. We absolutely love Charleston. You guys make us feel right at home. We got one more tune for you guys, and this one goes out to our good friend Daryl and his family who are watching the stream tonight. Lazy Susan.
Monday morning rolls around, blue room waiting on you, lazy Susan. Tuesday evening's higher ground, looking down on lukewarm resolution. Why me, how can this be? Is it necessary to reach for something more? Oh, but who says you can't be strong? Who says you can't go on? Here's what the day decided. Which side the road you standing on? You choose to live inside it. We'll pack it up and move along. There's a time to give a meaningless rhyme definition. So bite your tongue, bite the bullet. If hurting words are in sight, don't you pull it. Oh, I've seen, and I still believe it's only temporary. The game don't last too long. Who says you haven't won? Who says you can't be loved? Here's what the day decided. Which side the road you standing on? You choose to live inside it, or pack it up and move along. Singing the blues in the lemon limelight. Well, I'll get by. It's back to living the dream, but that's okay. Wave bye-bye to the dawn and gone days. Got nothing to gain and the money's still tight. No, I don't mind. No, I don't mind. Here's what the day decided. Which side of the road you standing on? You choose to live inside it or pack it up. Here's what the day decided.